Welcome to the show. I'm your host, and tonight's episode, Show Me the Money. If you want to know why our politicians ignore the citizens they're supposed to serve, just follow the cash. Where it goes, so do they. In Scene 1, Campaign Money. Politicians live and die at the fundraising. And guess what? The ones who donate the most money are the ones who get represented. In the 2016 election cycle, the leaders of both parties raised staggering amounts of money. But here's the catch. Only one of them got meaningful support from small donors. The rest of their cash came from large individual donors and political action committees. That's who they're loyal to. Not you. In Scene 2, two parties, or one. People fight endlessly over Republicans versus Democrats. Red versus blue, left versus right. But step back and the differences aren't as big as they seem. The truth is, both sides feed you a false narrative. They dramatize small disagreements, so you'll pick a team. Meanwhile, they both serve the same master, the state. It's not about R versus D, it's liberty versus power. And on that spectrum, they're both way over on the same side. In Scene 3, rules for you, not for them. Politicians love making rules for everyone else. But when it comes to themselves, they play by a different set. Take insider trading. For years, Congress exempted itself from the very laws that would send you or me to prison. They could buy stocks, knowing their votes would move the market, and when they got caught, sure, they passed reform in 2011. But in 2013, quietly, when no one was watching, they rolled much of it back. In Scene 4, exemptions and favors. Congress has exempted itself from workplace laws, things like whistleblower protections and safety rules that you and I must live under. Their donors get the same treatment. Unions got special waivers under Obamacare, and those robocalls everyone hates. Companies are banned from making them, but the government still allows. In the end, as the Washington Post put it, the government has a special status, rules for you, not for them. That's the system, and until we face it, nothing changes. So let's make one thing clear. We don't hate all politicians. There are good people on both sides of the aisle who genuinely want to serve. But here's the brutal reality. Once they get there, the system pulls them in. Power corrupts. Absolute power. Corrupt absolutely. And the higher you climb, the fewer people are looking out for you. In the end, the only thing that matters to career politicians is keeping the money flowing. Because that's how they stay in power. And that's why they keep getting elected. Look, you already know the basics. Politicians spend hundreds of millions of dollars on campaigns. To win elections, they need money. Without it, they can't run. So it might feel pretty good to think that you have a direct line to your representative, that you can call or email or even meet with them. But if you give them money, suddenly you're part of a different class, a class that gets special access. Suddenly you're one of the people whose phone calls they return. Maybe you'll even get invited to a fundraiser where you can wine and dine your favorite candidate. But once you cross that line, you're playing by a different set of rules. Now, again, we don't want to paint with too broad a brush. There are honest, hardworking public servants on both sides of the aisle. But the reality is, they're all susceptible to the temptations of power, especially when it comes to money. You see, once they get to D.C., they find themselves surrounded by people who want something from them. Lobbyists, donors, special interest groups, everyone wants a piece of the action. And if they want to keep getting elected, they have to keep these people happy. So when push comes to shove, it's not really about red versus blue. It's about us versus them. Because no matter which party wins, they all serve the same master, the state. And while they're happy to make laws for you and me, when it comes to following them, well, that's another story. I'm the host. This is the show. And if you want to know what else we're up to, you can subscribe, like, and comment.